Hi, everybody. This is Adam Elenbaas from Nightlight Astrology. It is Thursday, November 21st, and I'm sitting down to make a brief video talking about Mars's opposition to Uranus, as well as Venus's upcoming conjunction to the planet Jupiter. So two pretty big transits. We're also winding down on the lunar cycle right now, and coming up on a new moon in Sagittarius. I'll be talking about that a few days from now. Before I go into all of this today, I want to remind all of you that I'm in the middle of a 40-day Kickstarter campaign that I do the last 40 days of every calendar year in order to raise money to support the work that I do every year. So I've been doing this for about 6 years. I create anywhere between 250 and 300 daily astrological blogs, both video, written, spoken word, and stuff like that. This is a big part of how I support myself, how I support my family. And so your contribution means a lot if you're able to donate and support my work. If you love my channel, if you get something out of it, I really appreciate it. There's also a bunch of rewards that you can get when you donate. For example, there's hugely discounted tuition to all of my online training courses that I provide in 2020. So there's my Ancient Astrology for the Modern Mystic course that starts in June or November of 2020. As well as my advanced year 2 program, my horary program. You can bundle them and get all of them. And these are the most discounted prices that I offer. And I do it at the end of every year. You can also pick little mini readings that I give for 2020. I make you a personalized recording when you donate, stuff like that. So yeah, this creation of this content also occupies a huge amount of my everyday work as an astrologer. So I see usually a client or two a day. And then otherwise, like several hours go into the creation of content year round, almost every day. So there's a cool video on my Kickstarter page. If you want to check it out, you can take a look at it. I will put the link in the comments section so you can access it easily there. Pick a reward, donate if you can, support my work. I'll be ringing the bell like this between now and January 1st on the new year. So thanks in advance. So today, let's take a look at we're going to take a look at those two transits, Mars opposite Uranus and Venus coming into a conjunction with Jupiter. First of all, let's talk about Mars opposite the planet Uranus. So huge transit because we have a slow-moving Mars and a very slow-moving Uranus. So it lasts a while. It's a transit that already began the past couple of days as Mars ingressed into the sign of Scorpio and opposes Uranus and Taurus all the way into the middle of next week. And then you have a few degrees of separation. So you could even give this a 2-week sort of orb. Mars, the god of aggression, war, conflict, as well as courage, bravery, willpower. So we are in a moment where the Mars energy is being intensified by the Uranian energy. And what is the Uranian energy? It is the energy of awakening, revolution, disruption, defiance, and rebellion. And so when you put those two together, you have a very intense moment of willful revolution, of conflict and sudden disruption and change. In some ways, it's a transit, frankly, that can result in calamity. It will not be surprising, for example, I don't want to get too dark here, but if you see in the news in the next week, some kind of really tragic accident, because the Uranus-Mars transit is known, for example, for, have you ever been on the highway and you've seen someone just go flying by you at like 120 miles an hour? And you're like, what are they doing? Do they have a death wish? That's Mars opposite Uranus. It is where speed, risk, adrenaline, machismo meet with the need to be defiant, rebellious, etc. And it can result in sort of violent, chaotic, sudden accidents and disruptions like that. So be careful out there right now with the Mars energy is the gist of it. Sometimes breakthroughs for people who are, have a lot of that machismo and that need to always be in a fight and always be defying and trying to rebel and stuff like that. This is one of those transits that can come on really quick and, basically give you a little bit of a cold water over the head. Like, hey, stop being so belligerent with reality because reality hits back sometimes, right? So be careful because that is the kind of transit that we're talking about. On the other hand, when it comes to needing to force a change, when you've ever had that day, it's pretty typical where you're like, You get out of bed in the morning, you're like, I'm going to the gym today. I've been in the gym in months. Screw it. I'm tired of my Dorito face. Like, I've got to be done with this lethargy. So you get up out of bed and you muscle your way into a little personal revolution, and you have to go sweat and burn, and you got to do something about it. So that kind of impetus that we might be feeling right now, to do something about it, to make a deliberate change, to push or force through, that's Mars opposite Uranus. So that can be positive. It can be the voice of revolution and the revolutionary spirit. And we can make great strides right now because of that. But it is volatile and can also result in, trying to make changes in ways that are too sudden, too violent. You break something in the process. So you be careful, all of you out there, not to let your sort of the Mars function get out of control. On the same, but again, on the other hand, where there needs to be a revolution, where something needs to be dealt with, deal with it swiftly. We have Mercury turning direct today. Mercury turning direct in Mars's sign is also giving you that green light, the realization that you've come to over the past 3-4 weeks. This realization is mobilizing your will, and you need to act on it. And you're going to feel that really strongly in the next week. So watch for that. It's a good time. If you need to be clear, you need to make a break. You need to, if you, over the past 3 weeks or so, have been mulling some kind of deeper change or emotional realization you've had, all right, this is how I really feel about this. So now I need to do something. That's a good Mars-Uranus push to make. Just remember, we can do so peacefully. We can make strong, bold decisions and changes, and do so in a way that engenders other people's respect and admiration, and just being real without being violent. That's what this can be at its best. We don't need to go 120 down the highway to get free of something that we don't like. Freedom is not about the speed at which you are accelerating through changes. Freedom is often about the contentment that we feel knowing that change is coming, even if it can't be done all at once, or it has to be done gradually or very respectfully. We have to sometimes slowly disentangle ourselves from something. So just remember that too. All right, so that's enough about that. The next thing I want to talk about is the fact that, look at what happens when we turn this wheel and watch the sunset. Now you're going to see the sun set right here in the 7th house. You can see that the sun in the 7th house, if I rotate time a little bit here, hugging the descendant, that's sunset. Now, if I take it an hour further, here's what you're going to see. Oh, look, the sun is now under the horizon. Here's the horizon line. Sun is beneath the horizon line. And look at who's hanging in the sky in the west. Venus and Jupiter. Just not far above them, Saturn. Can't see Pluto, can't see Neptune, can't see Uranus. But there's Venus and Jupiter, bright, beautiful, 2 glittering objects in the western sky in the evening. Go take a look at them. Seriously, they're just so beautiful to behold. And what does Venus and Jupiter mean? Well, you have the planets that are both associated with proliferation, joy, cleanliness, good fortune, sensuality, all things that are pleasing and pleasant. And the god that's related, Jupiter, to the sense of moral order, truth, goodness, and favorability, like likability. So you have put all of that together. Like Jupiter's just favorable. It's a likable planet. So is Venus. When they come together, it's sort of like, it's a very benefic situation. Sometimes you can be tempted to do things like spend too much or indulge too much or get a little inflated or puffed up, or this is where you don't want to go diamond shopping necessarily, because you're likely to pick the biggest, shiniest object there is. But Venus, Jupiter genuinely also has this aura around it of abundance and support and good fortune. And so look at the house ruled by Sagittarius in your chart and just notice that this energy is pouring through there right now, and can be really supportive of whatever the house topics are. If it's in the marriage 7th house or relationship 7th house, watch for good fortune, abundance, and just a zone of happiness and even just good luck coming through around relationships. If it's in the second house of money, well, that's pretty nice. If it's in your career house, you know what I mean? So see where it is, and apply the meaning of a confluence of good energy in the very simplest sense with the topics of the house, the whole sign house that it's traveling through in your birth chart, which is always, it's going to be the Sagittarius house, whichever one that is. The other thing that Venus and Jupiter do when they come together is they restore faith. They restore trust. They return us to hope. It's a good thing to have that happening right as Mars is opposing Uranus, because yeah, we may need to take a stand, make some declarations, maybe even separate or sever some connections. But then there's this really abundant supportive energy coming through simultaneously. So also trust the difficult thing that your conscience is telling you need to do right now, because there's a sort of wealth waiting for us if we make the right but sometimes difficult decision right now. So that's what I've got for you guys today. I hope that this was informative. Try to keep this one pretty short. Again, I thank you guys all so much. In the first day, we started the Kickstarter last night. We go for 40 days. It's a marathon of a Kickstarter. We tried to raising the support of 420 backers. We already have 35. So 35 of you who watch my videos out there have said, hey, you know what? I like this stuff. I'm going to support my astrologer. So if you can do that, I really appreciate it. I try to make sure there's lots of good rewards so you get something in return, but hopefully my work throughout the year is something that connects with you on the heart level. And, you know, in exchange for supporting me, I promise you another good year of my best astrological work. So thank you, everyone.